What's up everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today we're checking out the all-new 2026 Honda Passport. This one is the Trailsport Elite, finished off in the sunset orange. Would you buy this over the new Toyota 4runner? This one is $54,300. You can get a pretty similarly equipped Toyota 4runner for the same price. This is a bit more crossover style, being the unibody versus a body on frame, but we have a real V6, no turbo four-cylinder on this. I know a lot of people are not a fan. So comment below, let me know what you think with the all-new Honda Passport for 2026. Now this one is going to feature that 3.5 liter V6. This is naturally aspirated with 285 horsepower. You have 262 pound-feet of torque. Towing's 5,000 pounds. We have a 10-speed automatic, all-wheel drive system. Curb weight is 4,700 pounds as well. And with an 18.5 gallon fuel tank, you're going to be expecting 18 in the city and 23 out on the highway. So not the most economical car out there, but nonetheless you have a nice rugged design and capability. I love the LED headlights with this cool amber color. You got the triple beam, gloss black in the upper grille, blacked out Honda logo, you got your Trailsport badge, and I like how the Trailsport colors match this particular spec. Also, comment below, how many Trailsport and Passport logos do you count on this new vehicle? There are a ton. Honda does not want you to forget what kind of car you are driving when you're hitting those trails. You're gonna get a little bit of this plastic trim throughout the front, and then of the 3 grills, you have a ton of openings to provide cooling to the engine. You have your safety sensor, more parking sensors. I love the powder coating on these metal tow hooks. It's a cool looking vehicle. Some people say it looks like a Bronco Sport. Honestly, it kind of does. Very similar boxy style, but this is definitely a big leap ahead as far as the style as well as just the class. This is a nicer vehicle, but of course it costs a lot more. You have some sharp body lines on the hood fading towards that windshield. And then at the side, you have the standard wheels, 18-inch, wrapped in a nice all-terrain tire, two-tone look, and then more of this plastic material for the fenders. I like this texture to it, just giving it a more rugged style versus smooth. And then you have some cool designs down below with more of that plastic trim. You have some sharp body lines in the lower doors, gloss black on the mirror caps with an integrated turn signal, as well as a side view camera. Black trim all throughout the windows as well. Then you have your roof rails up there with a panoramic sunroof. And it's kind of unique how that third window is, and with the black trim above it, kind of makes that window fade towards the whole rear end. I feel like that gives it a more retro style. So this is all kind of integrated, same with the spoiler. Window's a little small, which does look really neat. You have a good side profile, good proportions all around. I like how boxy it is, looks really cool. Sharp body line throughout the whole side, nice fender arch to it. And then down below we have more of the plastic trim with a small mud flap. Got all your parking sensors. We have the hands-free access for the power tailgate, all of your trailer hitch controls, another Passport and Trailsport logo, blacked out Honda badge. And I like how the rear end kind of just cuts off. It's very flat back here, giving it a sweet design. For the rear, you can also just grab the button on the back or use the key fob, and we can take a look. Now this is gonna get around 82.5 cubic feet of cargo volume with the second row folded down, so it's super big in here. I like these. These are different than the last one that I filmed. So it has a cool metal look to it with the logos. You have a delayed button. You can press that, it'll give you a little countdown for you to walk away. Extra cargo in all of the corners as well. And then underneath the floor, you can lift up the whole floor. It reveals the tire and the cargo area. However, locking that one down, you can just pull up this side, and this is a really good hidden storage area. Great for grocery shopping. Put all your cold items here and you are good to go. Or if you are hitting the trails, put some ice in there since it's all plastic lined, and that could be your cooler. So honestly, I feel like Honda's thought about a lot. You can lock and unlock all the doors by all the door handles, and then you can see how nice and flat everything is. And I like the all-weather floor mat you get back here. Seats are going to be in a fixed position, so there's no extra recline. However, very easily you can put them up and down. This car is going to get a black leather interior with orange stitching. Got a little bit of soft touch material, but a nice padded armrest, and I like this geometric pattern throughout it. You have sunshades back here too. Tons of storage throughout it. Nice stitching, perforations, smooth leather as well. And then the second seat here is going to have an armrest and cup holders. You are going to get air vents, heated seats, all the climates, you have the plugs, and there's 4 storage cubbies, which is a really cool touch. Now hopping into the back seat at 5'11", I sit here with a ton of space, Even with the driver's seat at my height, I have a great amount of knee room, really good headroom, a couple inches up there. This is a fantastic family car, honestly. Even the middle seat has room for grown-ups. Car seats will fit nicely, so really can't complain at all. It's a good sized car. I like that a lot. Moving on to the front seat. Same style on the door panel. You do have memory seating, all your controls. Once again, we got another Trailsport logo on the all-weather floor mats, power controls down below, and then all the nice materials. Blacked out logos in the driver and passenger headrest, and you have a nice one on the steering wheel with more orange accents. It is a heated steering wheel with the button right there. And then as you hop in, you have a really cool depiction that will play. And then from here, let's fire it up. The V6 will roar to life. We have the comfort access as well. And then you have your Honda badge in the center, Bluetooth and audio controls, cruise control settings as well, and then 2 different roller dials. So on the left side, you can see all sorts of different audio information that can come up. Right side, you're gonna get some information within the vehicle. So nice overall look. The nav will come up as well. Lots of Google integration with this car. So pretty cool display. You have your tach and the speedometer, heat, as well as the fuel. There are paddle shifters for the transmission, stock on the right side for the windshield wipers, headlights on the left, heated windscreen as well as the tailgate, and then some gloss trim for the air vent. You have some soft touch for the whole dash, and then a lot of storage in here with a cool texture to it, more stitching as well. And then for the screen, you can swipe on this side, see a few different things that are going to pop up. And then the whole main screen here, pretty simple. You have a lot of the nice tiles. It's easy to see, easy to click. We have a back icon, home screen as well. CarPlay, Android Auto, of course, full screen nav, all sorts of different things you can configure. From here, in reverse, you're going to get a nice backup camera. You can make a couple adjustments, top-down view as well, P button back into park. Underneath that, we have 2 of your air vents and then all the climate controls. We have easy dual zone temperature, which you can toggle. We have your different front defroster, fan speed, different zones you can toggle as well. Rear settings you can go into. You can play with all of that, lock them, make your adjustments, heated and ventilated seating. And then we have plugs down below with extra storage space. You have a wireless phone charging pad with more of this cool texture, more of that geometric pattern for the cup holders, and then our drive modes. So we have a couple street ones, the Sport, Normal, and Eco, and then we have some trail ones and off-road ones, even a tow mode. When you're in the trail mode, the camera system actually pops up. So you have a really cool front view as well as viewing where your tires are going to go. It'll also turn traction control off, so definitely a lot of good controls for this. You can see more of those down below, and then some contrast stitching on the padded armrest. Tons of space in the center, and then you have a nice glove box too. One last look at the interior. You know, honestly, it feels really nice. You have good materials, it's easy, it's laid out very well. So I really can't complain for the price. I think this is gonna give a lot of $55,000 cars a run for the money. You're gonna see a sunglass holder up above, all of your controls for the glass, and then a simple mirror. All right, so setting off now in the 2026 Honda Passport. So this is an all new vehicle from the previous generation. I feel like they really did quite a lot to it just to make it nice and rugged, but also actually kind of luxury feeling. So being the Elite and the Trailsport, you kind of have the top trim for luxury as well as the off-road all in one. And, you know, mid to low 50s is kind of where you would expect this to be in relation to other cars from this kind of size point, things like that. It drives pretty good. Now this is kind of a bad road, so I can hear a little bit of the road noise and things like that. But overall, the suspension's smooth and comfortable. These seats are really comfortable. I feel really nice in here. It's roomy. You have a huge windshield. You can easily see through. This tablet style multimedia screen doesn't get in the way. I can see the hood above it, so it's not bulky at all as a driver. Side mirrors are a little on the small side, I've noticed. However, looking over your left and right shoulder, honestly, you really don't have any blind spots, so pretty easy to overall see around. The steering feel is nice. I like the leather on it, and then the feel itself, there's a little bit of the body roll if you kind of go quickly. Again, this is more off-road focused, so it's going to have a softer suspension to be able to tackle off-road. Now with that, if we go to trail mode, which is a pretty good kind of universal off-pavement drive mode, you know, obviously we're not going to go crazy off-roading, but I've seen these hit the trails. And of course with the cameras, ground clearance, the all-wheel drive, these are actually pretty capable. Now it's not going to be a hardcore rock crawler, so if you really want that, you know, if you're okay with sacrificing a lot, a Jeep Wrangler would be a way to go. But a Toyota 4Runner would give you better like off-road capabilities, but you're gonna sacrifice a little bit of the on-road capabilities. This one in trail mode, you have the pitch and roll sensors in the front, as well as elevation, which is a really cool touch. But this is gonna be a little bit more streetable than a Toyota 4Runner, which is a pretty nice touch. And you have the V6, which people do love, just a simple V6. So Honda is giving that to you. I was expecting this to have a 4-cylinder, maybe even a CVT. So the fact that we have a real transmission and a naturally aspirated engine, I think is gonna be a big plus for this 2026 Honda Passport. Also, the interior materials, it may not come off on camera that nice, but everything does feel pretty good with the soft touches, the real leather on the seats, and everything else. It's a nice interior. You can get this with a brown interior. I recently filmed a black one with a brown interior, and it was really nice. I loved the two-tone. That might look a little funny with this orange exterior paint color, but overall, I love how you can get some really cool specifications for this new Passport. There are a lot of logos. People commented, there's a logo everywhere you look, Trailsport or Passport. So Honda's letting you know what the heck you just bought. Other than that though, I think the tech works well. The screen, I like Honda screens. I think the tiles are easy to use while driving. It's not really complicated. It's an easy reach for me at least. And it's in a view to where I can look at this, but still totally see what's going on in front of me. So I'm not like sacrificing having to reach far or look at some tiny screen. So that's nice and easy. Physical climate control, you gotta love that. Simple, super easy. Pretty good storage solutions as well. So overall, driving perspective, yeah, I'd say it's a pretty nice SUV. It has that rugged feeling, but also kind of that crossover feeling to where it's not gonna beat you up, and it tackles the road to where, you know, a 10-hour trip in this, honestly, even with a family in the back, cargo in the back, your dog in the back, whatever you need, I feel like this is gonna be just that well-rounded vehicle without being too big. The boxy nature of the style makes it also to where I can easily place the front end. I know exactly where the rear is. So once again, it's just an easy car to get used to get familiar with if you're unfamiliar with Honda in general, or maybe this is your first SUV. This seems like just something that's gonna be super user-friendly and pack a lot.